Hey everybody, can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. I've been having technical difficulties.
If you're someone who's been feeling alone, this world can be a little scary. So come talk to Grandma Sherry.
Hi, can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, please. Well, hopefully you can. Say hi to some people. Hi, Steph B. I hope you don't mind I made you a wrench. Natasha, Dear Krabby, Peppermint Smoka, Grain Labia. Hey, Jen. Consciously Biased, Sixth Sense Amelia, Kia Ora, Sixth Sense Amelia. Hi, Kaleidoscope of Crime. Dear Krabby, Queen Bella, hi. Who am I missing? Burden. Oh, my sweet burden of proof. Hi, sweetheart. I think that's about it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. It's been rainy here today, and it rained yesterday, and it's gray, and it's horrible. Yes, please do all the YouTube things, like, subscribe, share. And today's giveaway is going to be exclamation point life, Life. Hey, Nithoven, moin moin, honey. So basically, I don't have a big thing planned. I am just wanted to talk, see what you guys wanted to talk about. Queen Bella has a yucky rainy day today too. Yeah, it kind of stinks. Oh, and it doesn't help when, I don't know, sometimes it just seems like the world is very mean. It's a very, very mean place. I did want to share something with you right quick though. And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but it's just sort of a thing about emojis that teenagers are using when discussing narcotics. I came across this article and I thought it'd be pretty cool. Just little things we're going to call snack nibbles. Snack nibbles. And so let me show this to you real quick. Present video file. That ain't it. Hey, Eric, welcome. Okay, so there we go. All these ads. These innocent emojis could be hiding something. Hopefully I can get this.
Hits on the newest technology.
Stella Maris Incorporated in
Can you hear that?
downtown Cleveland is Ohio's oldest treatment center.
We see teenagers dabbling in pills, and that's where, this decoder really comes in, and things that are on the street.
COO Christine Robinson applauded the state releasing a chart Thursday showing the emojis teenagers are texting to order drugs on social media.
Parents really need to be aware of and really need to be checking their children's phones to see and have conversations about what they see on their kids' phones.
This is just a little something I wanted to share because I know that being a boomer, being grandma, there's a lot of things that happen that I'm not aware of. And I just thought this was really interesting because, we could look at something and they're just sending, palm tree emojis or something along that line, and we have no idea what's going on.
Emojis can mean a certain type of drug. For example, a peeled banana is Oxy or Percocet, a stepladder for Xanax, a snail for fentanyl, while a palm tree is marijuana.
We know that the things that are on the street are cut with everything. Everything's cut with everything. Our folks coming into care will tell us what their drugs of choice are, and that's not what's in their urine, and they don't even know.
And according to statistics by the CDC, Ohio ranks third in the country for the highest amount of overdose deaths.
The use of emojis is a nationwide trend, and they are being seen more and more in Ohio as investigators analyze electronic devices seized in drug cases.
It impacts all of us, whether we know it or not. If we don't know someone ourselves who's struggling with alcohol and drug abuse, our neighbors are, our employees are, our friends are.
I actually have a link I'll leave in the description so you guys can go to this website and have a look at it.
And knowing that this is happening, knowing the reality of what's going on can really save a life.
So that was that. What do you guys think? Is it a surprise? Did you know that? What do you got going on? Hey, Emmy, hi. Hi, Wing Zero. Oh, it's my sweetheart. I think back before emoji or smartphones, etc. Yeah, we had names for them, right, Eric? Hey, Sleuth. How are you, baby? I hope you're feeling better. Did I miss anybody? No. Yeah, so I didn't know that either, sweetheart. So that's why when I come across these things, I'm like, oh. I'm going to drop the link. Once again, yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? I remember hearing somebody say that they smoke trees, and I didn't know what that meant, but evidently it's Mary Jane. Hey, True Texan, how are you, sweetheart? I'm going to drop the link. And just a reminder that if you want to be entered in today's giveaway, the Grandma Leftovers, you need to type !life, L-I-F-E. Annie Lou, hi, sweetheart. Hey, yeah, so there's no real plan for today. We're just going to talk about whatever. like I said, I've been kind of down. We've had a few days of overcast and rain, and it's not really cold, but it's not really warm, and it's just bleh. So I'm a little down. I'm a little down. I do have a sun lamp, not the kind that you actually get tans with, but it's supposed to give you like the broad range, broad spectrum, blah. It's supposed to be good. Oh, my foot. Thank you, Emmy. Yeah, my foot's doing much better. Much, much better. Come to find out, when I fell last week, well, besides the massive swelling, elephant foot, I got a hairline fracture. And so it really, really hurt while the foot was swollen. But once the tendon or ligament or whatever it is that I pulled, hey, no problems, Amelia. But once the swelling went down, the pain went down quite a bit too. And so I'm able to walk. I still walk with a limp, and I probably will for a few weeks, but I don't need my crutches, which is great because I need to work on my upper body strength. It's hard to walk around. Oh, you went to tan. I used to do that. I used to tan when I cared about. Hey, Rowena, I didn't see you in here, Ro. Yeah, that was an ouch. Yeah, crutches stink. The funny thing was, I don't know how to walk on crutches. And I have no upper body strength, so it was a fiasco, to say the least. But fortunately, that was just last Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday, which is why I had to reschedule last Sunday, because I was grumpy AF. Yeah, it was bad. 50s and rainy. Yeah, here too. Ugh. God. Oh, and I love this because, I'm a woman of age. And in the emergency room, the orderly said, I could probably get a walker and your insurance might pay for it if we prescribed it. And I'm like, oh, God, no, not yet. Not a walker yet. So, yay, getting old. What's going on? I broke my toe once and I couldn't even walk. So I had to use crutches. While I was using crutches, I fell down the stairs right on that toe and heard a crack and a break again. Ow. God, I hate that. Yeah, I just call myself Princess Grace. Because I was just walking, and then all of a sudden, my left foot was not, and I fell down. And I was outside. Hey, Ellie. Welcome in, sweetheart. Our giveaway today is exclamation point life, LIFE, because we're just going to talk about life. Back in 2016, my main ligament snapped perfectly in my left ankle. And yeah, I had to have it repaired with a crisscross button thingy put in. Ew, crisscross button thingy. That sounds painful. When I was about, I don't know, 7, maybe 8. Yeah, I punched myself in the nose too, kaleidoscope. I was playing outside at a neighbor's house, and we were on a wall. It was a brick wall, and we were walking on it because we were singing The Dirty Red Baron, who I thought was Snoopy, but that's a long story. But anyway, my mom called me, and I jumped down, and this fence was probably about 8 feet tall, and I landed wrong on my right ankle, and it tore that ligament. And that was, yeah, they had to go in there. They had to do a little surgery and stitch it back up and all that stuff. Grace is your middle name? Not. And Grace is not my middle name either, but I am calling myself Princess Grace for a while. Had my surgery March 8th, but I wore my boot until September. Yeah. I went to get my foot x-rayed again just to make sure that everything was okie dokie. And it is just a hairline fracture. It's kind of in the middle of the bone where it hit the top of my foot, hit the pavement or the concrete when I fell. So it wasn't It wasn't anything horrible. What's happening? She did a live about me. I could not believe it. Must have been thin-skinned. Oh, she's. I'm sorry, Texan. It's going all over the internet. I think I still have this StreamYard. Oh, you're supposed to walk with a cane all the time. Ego and pride get in my way. That and the ground. Oh my goodness. The ground gets in your way. Hey, Packless, how are you? Oh, hi, sweetheart. Thank you all for coming in. This is not anything serious. I've got some talking subjects like I don't know, cyber panties, digital panties. I've heard that quite a bit this week. Evidently, women on the internet are so thirsty that we throw our virtual cyber panties at people like Dolly Vision or I don't know, that lawyer, Yeah, so that was something. Cyber panties are actually money, Cambry. Grandma Sherry, a walker with heels. What? A walker with wheels and a brake on it is better than crutches when I broke my foot. Yeah, Texan, if that ever happened again, like if I needed to be cast up or surgery or something, I'm definitely going with a walker. And I want the one with the seat, and I want the one with the basket. Yuck, cyber panties. Yes. Um, oh my goodness. Yes. So that was one thing that I saw floating around this week. Oh, I guess just survival. Is anybody familiar with Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Anyone? Yeah. It's kind of geeky stuff, but let me see if I have it up here. There. Okay, I got 9 entries, and we have 28 in the house. So put exclamation point life, L-I-F-E, and StreamYard will automatically pick it up. Yes, you've heard of it. Excellent. I have a thing here. Let me see. I am getting the hang of this. Here we go. Okay. Breaking out my education stuff right now. Good job, Natasha. No, exclamation point life, Eric. Okay, so basically, these think tank people, Maslow, came up with stages in our life that we need. And to live, obviously, the bottom here is the physiological needs like air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction. Another one of these calls that homeostasis, which just means it's an equilibrium. It's a balance between being interdependent and being dependent, and all of these things being stable in your life. How many people know everybody? Oh, that's weird. Because, never mind. I just found something on StreamYard that, anyway, so a lot of people I know don't even pass this bottom one. Shelter, sleep, clothing, reproduction, there's food shortages and, so many people are homeless. But in order to advance, if you will, up into safety needs, personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. Some people make it up there. Where would you rate yourself right now? Hey, Hippiporium, welcome in, sweetheart. Would you rate yourself 1, 2, maybe higher? Love and belonging, friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. Stop it. The ads. And then esteem, respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, and freedom. So many of us are self-conscious and we have low self-esteem. And you can't get to any of these higher levels until you actually pass the bottom ones. So up here at the very top is self-actualization. And it's the desire to become the most that one can be. And no, that's not in, what is it, the Marines? Be all that you can be. Hey, Ange Carter. You have a hall pass. That's good, sweetheart. Today's giveaway is exclamation point LIFE, life, because we're just talking about life. But anyway, I was looking at this stuff and thinking how many people are just surviving. You know what I mean? They're just getting by and they're not really progressing. And I'm wondering if that's why so many things feel like it's just Thunderdome, you know, that we see so many things where people are getting attacked online, on social media, on YouTube for please, you know. Yeah, Queen Bella. Sometimes we move up, but then we go backwards. That's true. And it's a part of life. But what can we do? What can we do? Is anybody going to join me? Anyone? Burden? Ange, anybody? True Texan? Come up and talk to me. Your cousin is now reincarnated through me? What does that mean? Aw, Boot Hill, I'm sorry. Natasha, really broken right now. Yay, Burton. Hi, baby.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Hang on just a second. I forgot. I just trusted it was you. Okay. Is it really you?
It's really me.
Okay.
I don't know that anyone can fake my voice, even if I am Xana May.
Yes. Natasha, is that you? Boot Hill?
Yes, it's me.
Hey, I can hear you. Cool beans. Thanks for coming up. All right. Don't peen bomb me, all right?
It's me.
Is your
Natasha.
camera on?
Hold on, I'll turn it off.
Okay. I mean, you could leave it on if you want.
No.
I was gonna cam up tonight. I wash my hairs and everything, but since it's raining, I get Hermione Granger hair. So I decided not to. Hey. Oh, she left. Device is not connected. True Texan, is that you?
Yeah.
Hey, babe. Sup?
Well, just come up here and say hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, hon?
Oh, pretty fair. Pretty fair.
Hey,
Fair to
True
Midland?
Texan.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're talking about survival.
My question was, is that reproduction, as it stands, does it just mean basically the ability to reproduce children? Because if that's what that qualifies as, then I'm stuck forever at that bottom tier.
Actually, a lot of them, hang on just a second. A lot of them say just sex.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
okay, I
we just
gotcha.
went. Natasha, you good, babe?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Hey. Yeah, so
Hey.
reproduction as a basic thing. You know, we all have a desire to have sex, more or less. There are asexual people, but on the whole, you know, that's all that meant. Because my niece and her husband decided not to have children. That was that was a conscious decision on their part. They um, they were both veterinarians. They moved from, well, they had a little vet office in LA and they sold that for millions of dollars. Then they moved to San Francisco and had a vet clinic there and they sold that for millions of dollars. And then they took my sister-in-law on a like a world cruise travel thing, which was absolutely amazing. But yeah, they decided no, they're not going to have children. So, you know, as wonderful as that is, it's not the be all end all.
I know a lot of people like that. Actually, I do. But it's. I mean, if I could go back and change things, I probably wouldn't have had children at that age I had them. I had my daughter at 21. I would have waited until I was at least 30, but you know, I had her when I had her, so and I'm thankful I did because I only had her, and that was it. So yeah,
I've
But just
seen both sides of the people that need to have intimacy, or else it's done and they will not pursue a further relationship with a person. And then the other extreme of someone that just has no interest, doesn't care, and that's not doesn't matter at all. So I've
right.
seen kind of, and I've seen people in the middle, but and by seen, I guess I should say I've been in a relationship with people on each end, and that's kind of rare because I haven't been with that many. I'm pretty serious when I date and commit. I'm like long term, so I've
that's
really only
sweet.
been with a few. But yeah, I kind of seen it all with the few that I have dated or one that I married. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, Texan was leaving us. He just didn't want to leave me stranded up here by myself.
that was sweet of him.
Yes, he's a sweetheart. Red Rock 59. Hi, baby. Thanks for
And,
coming in.
sorry. And what I was saying about you being reincarnated, Grandma Sherry, my cousin, the one who's been battling cancer, she lost her fight Friday
Oh, I'm
Friday
sorry,
night,
sweetheart.
and she would always have these conversations with me, kind of like out of the blue, like you brought up the pyramid thing, just out of the blue, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe this. That's what I was talking about, how she's done reincarnated herself. So yeah,
Aw. Maybe I'm channeling her.
yeah, that's might have been the better word for it. But
Yes.
I'm glad you did this stream tonight. Very, very glad. Thank you.
Thank you. I was kind of sad because I had to reschedule last week. I like hanging out and just talking about stuff. And you know, I don't think there's really, hey B Tim, hi sweetheart. I don't think there's really like a niche or a purpose to my channel other than mental health and making people feel good or helping us to understand life, because I get as much out of the chat as I do from my research.
Right. That's
Yeah.
kind of like how it is with mine too. I mean, I have one, but sometimes I'll get on there and be really, really mad, and things like that. But uh, I'm like I said, I'm really thankful you did this tonight though, because I was contemplating even watching the trial tomorrow and things like that, because mental health in these trials, it plays a key part. If if your health is not mental, if your mental health is not good, you really don't need to be watching these trials. And I've been struggling with that this weekend, and just when I thought I had no more tears left, more would fall, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this. And then when you said, is anybody going to join me? I was like, let me see if I can just try this. So,
Yeah. Welcome. Thank you. Hey Rick, how are you? So yeah, you know, somebody had mentioned here, and oh, I have the memory of a goldfish. Yes, Burden of Proof does have a beautiful voice like Deets. She sounds so sweet all the time. Oh, here
I
we go.
love children.
Unfortunately, not everyone is in it for the long term.
Mhm.
That's true. And here we go. Life is so hard now. It's not always the automatic next step. This is true. Because if we go to that hierarchy, if we have our food and our air and our water and our shelter and our sex met, then we should be able to progress onto, safety, job security, and that sort of thing. But we kind of fluctuate, between, at least I do. I fluctuate between kind of the bottom rungs. I got all my stuff met and whatnot, and because I'm getting older, and my body is not cooperating with me very well, i.e., breaking my foot. Hey, Taffy, how are you, sweetheart? Thanks for coming in. Um, anyway, so, it just seems like looking at true crime and looking at the news and what's going on all over the place. And, I even worry about like the mothership that's entering the atmosphere, or, it's entering our solar system. And I worry, did CERN actually open a portal? I mean, are there like weird fifth dimensional beings coming over? That's me, my tinfoil hat. And so I just, I just struggle. You know what I mean?
Great minds think alike. I guess
Yeah.
because I'm with you. When I first saw the CERN stuff on TikTok, I was like, "What is this?" And then I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm like, "Wow, that's some pretty wild stuff." Pretty wild
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm not sure what it is that what that is that you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
In Switzerland, they have a superconducting super collider, and that's where they accelerate atoms to break them down into subatomic particles.
Mhm.
That's CERN, CERN.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And so, yeah,
Yeah.
that's where we get the word quarks. Up, down, charmed. Anyway, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. Yeah, I'm going to get one of those fake noises and big glasses and just cam up with that. But yeah, so CERN has been doing this for decades now. I actually worked at a place that built magnets for these superconducting super colliders, and they're huge. They're like the size of your house. Ooh, excuse me. They're like the size of your house, the magnets that they use to accelerate. So anyway, CERN has been trying to understand the makeup of the universe, basically. The things that we can touch and feel that we understand. They're trying to figure out the things that we don't understand, like dark matter and stuff like that. So it was said, hey, PJ, hi, sweetheart. So it was said that they've been trying to open a portal to some other dimension. Texan, look at this. More that humans mess with nature and messing with mess with nature and messing with it, we will all fuck around and find out. Yep. Yeah, CERN is huge. It's like the size of a small city. But anyway, so rabbit trail. Woo, rabbit trail. I love those. But I worry about those things. And when I have so many things to worry about, I have to stop and realize that I need to not do that. I need to take care of my mental health, you know?
Yeah. Sometimes it. I actually kind of know what you're saying. If you start to concern yourself with thoughts of these other things that are possible could be's, or things that ultimately you as an individual can't control if it were to happen or not to what they're attempting to do, and I can relate. And at that point, it turns into like ignorance is bliss, and I have to completely stop. For example, certain things with politics, and somewhere in there, I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole that made me feel like I was out of control, like I have no control, whatever's going to happen to the country or to us and I started to get scared. I'm not going to live in fear over it. Like it was so bad. I was having nightmares about it. And yeah, you
Yeah,
got to put your mental health first at that point and
you
find a way to
do.
distract.
You
I
do.
have,
I had,
oops,
go
sorry.
ahead, Natasha.
I was
No, I'm
just
trying
going
to
to
get rid of a
say,
cat. Go away.
oh, well, not to get rid of the kitties. I have to
Yeah.
say that I do believe I have finally found my tribe now. This is, wow. Um, because, I mean, I know I've fit in with the true crime community, but there's so few of us, or there's so many of us. It feel like there's so few that don't go down all these rabbit holes that do go down the rabbit holes. If you know what I'm talking about. And it's amazing that there's so many of us that think about these things that wonder, well, hey, did they think the same way I think? And wonder is it a conspiracy or is it not a conspiracy? But yeah, that's
And I think that's something that, yeah, the Mandela effect,
hmm
Kembry, that's
and I was
definitely in the ignorance is bliss thing. Yeah. Here we
and
go.
I
That's
was
from,
gonna say to piggyback off of what Texan, I think it was, said about the mess around and find out thing.
yeah.
I believe that's what's happened already. So many have experimented with the ethical hacking and all of this and all that. Every single hour, I feel like there is a data breach. Every single hour, it feels like there's a new one popped
Oh,
up.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
And then, I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
it's okay. And I'm sure it's probably related to what she was going to say, but technology has advanced so much that you can't even, the robots, I remember back as a kid, I'm 44 years old now. I remember back watching Jetsons on the TV. I don't even own a TV right now because I own 4 laptops, 15 cell phones. I don't even own a TV for the simple fact, what's the purpose of buying a TV? I won't use it. I use my devices. So,
Right.
and I mean, there's no sense in it. I'm waiting for my cat to come in and start doing the robot himself because
Oh
he's in my
my, oh my God. And okay, so I'm like way older than you, Natasha. I'm way older than everybody here, including True Texan. Neener, 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 neener. Actually, I think Rick is older than me, but hey, that's something else. But when I was growing up, okay, I was born in 61. So when I was growing up, we had a TV. It was a big thing, but the screen was very small, like probably the size of a laptop screen now, like 18, 19 inches, something like that. And it was black and white. And then as I got older, we would go to my aunt's house and spend the night there, and they would play Pinochle all night, and the kids would watch TV. And they had a color TV called a Quasar, which was basically the size of your kitchen counter with the cabinets and everything. And but that was like, oh my God. And then we went from that to just Zoom, and we were on the moon. Then all of a sudden we had microwave ovens, and we had cell phones the size of briefcases. And we went from vinyl records, the really thick ones, the 78s, to 8 track tapes, and then cassette tapes, and then CDs. And then we went into the iPods where everything was MP4s and digital. And you know what? It's terrifying,
you
is what it
skipped
is.
AOL.
Oh, but that was probably a Freudian thing that I skipped because we're on the internet. But yeah. Get off the computer. I have to use the phone.
Dial up, yeah.
Yep.
There is a serious concern, though, with AI, and it can be beneficial in basically every aspect of our lives, that they are coming up with things that can do it for us or assist us. But there is a serious concern of at what point are they as an AI, whatever machine it is, smarter than we are, being it has all of the information, and us as humans may only have 95% of it. At what point does it become dangerous or a threat? And somebody I was talking to recently actually was talking about something to do with AI, and I mean, some are for it, and there's some that are like, nope, 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 we need to slow down. So, yeah, I mean, but
It's me.
Hey,
Hi.
Ellie.
I was just listening to something about that today, Burden, about with all this chat GPS that they found that AI is lying. They found they lied and they hired TaskRabbit. Did you hear about this to overrun a CAPTCHA and so yeah, and so they even said that they they were trying to lie to the person. It was this crazy thing that's happening because they're just getting so they know what they can't do. You know what I mean? So it's they hired a human to overrun a computer thing, which I thought was that's scary,
that and what point does it become weaponized, and they are being input with information to be able to attack and do harm.
Right.
It's yeah,
Well,
if they
yeah,
could lie.
because
Yeah.
right.
because the drone systems that the military use now, part of that is artificial intelligence. I mean, with their laser targeting and all that kind of stuff. And way long time ago, nobody's going to remember him, but there was this artist called Alan Sherman, and he did some really good parody type of songs like "Hello Mudda, Hello Fudda, Here I Am at Camp Granada." Anybody know?
I do.
Okay. Well, he had one because he would take the kind of like Weird Al Yankovic, you know,
Mhm.
but he had one called "It Was Automation," and mind you, this was in the early '60s, late '50s. But the lyrics were, "It was automation, I know. That's why I was fired and I'm out in the cold. It was IBM. It was UNIVAC. It was all those gears going clickety clack, dear." So way back then, we were trying to find ways to replace the manual labor. And it's just gotten to a point now where, we are replaceable.
They're replacing us. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have algorithms in something called a BRG at work. It's a business request generator. So basically, once information is input into this form, then the algorithm or the computers look at it for specific words, and based upon the words, if it says injury, if it says police report, if it says property damage, that sort of thing within what was input on the first call, then it actually will direct it to the right department. And then it's assigned to individual people.
Piggybacking off of what you just said, Grandma Sherry, remember that song? I think it was by Billy Joel, "We Didn't Start the Fire." He says in there, if you really think about it, in that song, he talks about the advancement of technology in that song. In a way.
Well, it's like, okay, as I got older, I realized that, the wacko people that were talking about like MK Ultra and, oh, the CIA is doing LSD tests on people, and, the people that were saying that, like the Tuskegee Airmen, the government was testing on them and, blah. And all those people that called that stuff out, they were considered kooks. They were looners. They were tinfoil hat people, and then, later on, years later, we have NASA releasing fighter jet videos of unidentified flying objects, or UAPs, whatever they're called. And then we find out that MK Ultra was real and that the Tuskegee experiments were real. And oh my God, and I just feel like sometimes I've lost so much trust in so much, it's like we're being gaslit for everything and just being led along increment by increment, like the frog in the pot, right?
Right.
If you threw a frog into a pot of boiling water, he's going to jump out. But if you sit him in there and you just increase the fire until it is boiling, then Froggy's going to stay there and die. And I just wonder sometimes. This is a weird stream. I'm sorry. It's just a talking whatever.
It's
No,
it's
but it makes
okay.
sense though. I get it. Yeah. Like I totally makes sense though that you would feel that way. And yes, they did admit that they didn't they lied or they didn't tell the full truth. And then about a year ago, I think, when they first put out the information about whatever the new term is for the UFOs, they were saying that it's either from that they didn't believe at that time. They didn't believe it was another country because they had asked all the countries and they said it wasn't theirs. But they were talking about how advanced the technology was in the objects they were witnessing, what they were capable of doing, and that we were extremely behind, nowhere near having the knowledge to have technology capable of doing what that was. And now they're saying, that it is other countries, and it's like, what is going on? Like, are we not prepared? So yeah, I can get the sense of like fear, worry, and like, what are we not being told about?
Well, and you look at like movies, right? Because that's a good social messaging thing. Whether it's subliminally telling us to go buy popcorn in the lobby, or whether it's, oh gosh, they're drinking Diet Pepsi, I need a Diet Pepsi. All of those hidden under things, but overt things like the Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Adios, baby. The Terminator in the movie iRobot, and just weird stuff that warns everybody. Oh, what was that movie with what's his name? Matthew Broderick, where he was playing
War Games.
War Games.
That was
Yes.
good.
Oh my God, I watched that
I
thing
know.
probably a dozen times because I just thought of that computer system. It wasn't even. It was like Pong or something. It was Alien Attack, but for it to have enough overall to start a nuclear war,
Yeah, that's like what the problem I feel like with this AI, like the fact that it could lie, like that's scary territory. Like it's like HAL having emotions. What, like where does one thing start and the other thing? Where is the line that it's just become so
Exactly.
intelligent that because it has like so much information. You know what I mean? Like more information than any of us. So it's getting like manipulative, I guess.
Well, and the thing is that way back when, hey T Marie, how are you, sweetheart? Today's giveaway is !LIFE, life. Hey Loco. Hey, I'm going to be wrapping up here in just a bit. But we were talking about AI lying. We mentioned AOL a while back. You've got mail. And that was like, you could look up some stuff, but it was hard to find anything on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad
It was
bought
different, yeah, when it
my
started.
dad my dad bought an Encyclopedia Britannica set from this guy that came door to door. And we had like, I don't know, 26 volumes of these massive books. And I used to read them, which was funny because my friends used to kid me and say, what, do you read the encyclopedia? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But the thing is that back then, compared to now and figured that's only, let me math,
Like 30 years ago, maybe? You think?
30, 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 44, so it was back in the 80s.
The 80s, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
And
remember.
I
Yeah.
had a Britannica set, so yeah, it was back in the
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
God,
paid good
80s
money for
girl.
those books. God,
yeah,
those things were expensive.
My
My
God, and it
dad,
was cool. There was kind of like hyperlinks because she would like it would say, "Oh, go
yeah.
to this," and then you would go to like go find it
They
in
were the
another book.
they were the Wikipedia of those
Yeah,
were the true
the
Wikipedias.
real Wikipedia is not the stuff we got now.
yeah,
Those had like such
no,
interesting stuff in there. I used to love encyclopedias.
yeah. And then,
So cool.
like
Yeah.
my neighbor's son used to be thrilled when the National Geographic came in the mail because he was hoping for soft porn. You know, that was the thing.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was the thing then. But now it's like literally they have that AI bot you can talk to.
Oh my gosh, it's
And
weird. I know.
you have AI programs where you tell them, I want a picture of a girl walking down a country lane in the fall wearing a white dress and having a German Shepherd, and the AI bot creates it for you.
Yeah,
Or
just
you
the
type in girl in
algorithms.
the search engine and you get a multiple amount
Yeah.
of images. Yeah.
I feel like like I was like on Instagram today. I'm like, oh my God, they just know me so well. They're just like bunnies with eating tomato, like everything about it. I was like, really? Like, I feel like they know me so well. They know what like I was like, this is a little bit scary. Like it's getting like too right on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like they know me better than myself sometimes, like certain, like, that's like what the fear is, right? That they kind of
Right.
like, wow. Or maybe we could just learn from the knowing of, that the algorithm, how it knows us, so we could learn from that too.
Well, and the thing is, if it's men who wrote the code, because way back when the earth was green before Noah, I actually was interested and I started writing code. And this was when the floppy disks were literally floppy disks. But and I gave that up because I'm an idiot. But I gave that up because I would write 1,000 lines of code and it would give me 3 or 4 seconds worth of something.
Wow. It's so crazy. The back end
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
computing world.
Well,
Yeah.
now they have languages. You do have to know some coding in that
Mhm.
language, but it's a lot easier. But way back when, it was nuts crazy. Yes, T. Marie, the Dewey Decimal System. I remember those.
Like in like the
You know-
libraries, you mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Remember like
The-
learning? Yeah.
Talking about the cell phones and stuff like that too. E.T. had us all pegged with the cell phones. When he said E.T. phone home, talking into his
Yeah.
finger,
Yeah.
he was the true creator of the cell phone.
Right.
It wasn't Nokia.
FaceTime.
It was not
ET.
Nokia. It was E.T.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the flying car, it wasn't the Jetsons. It was Elliot. Well, no, maybe
Elliot.
it might have been
Yeah.
Alf, to be honest.
Was that before ET?
Alf.
I don't
Alf, I
know.
believe was before.
'Cause
It's
I
in
know-
the
No, the
80s.
Simpsons. The Simpsons
Oh.
was before E.T.
There
Okay.
was an old black and white TV show called My Favorite Martian.
Oh, yep, it sure was.
Bill Bixby
Gosh.
was in that. And the Martian crashed and he was pretending to be his Uncle Martin and whatnot. So, and the War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells. So we've been kind of fascinated that we're not the only thing out there.
Mhm.
We're not all that and a bag of chips. There has to be something else. And I'm the original search engine was
That's what
the
everybody calls me Google Duck because I use DuckDuckGo and Google, so they call me Google Duck.
Google
like, no.
Duck.
Google Duck. I'm like, no.
Yes. Oh, electric typewriters. We're walking down memory lane.
Walk down memory lane, totally.
And
I
I got the
remember
golden
taking
dot.
old
I like
box
old
spring,
typewriters. They're so
just the
cool.
springs, and using them as a trampoline just to bounce on. That was
They,
some old or stuff there though, but yeah.
yeah, they still have that. Yes, and back in the day, you had to get off
My
your ass
mom
and
used to
change
be
the
like,
channel.
my mom used to, we were the kids were like the channel changers, I feel like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to get up and change the channel, or
Yeah.
you weren't getting your 8 o'clock apples
And
or your popcorn.
then we had that 4-button clicker. It was
Yeah.
volume up and down, on and off, and channel up and down. And we were the shit.
And remember the big satellites they had outside your house that were installed? The big satellite dishes. If you
Mm-hmm.
got satellite, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My dad, he installed Prime. That
Oh,
was the satellite company
Mine was
down there in Southeast Georgia. Huh?
we had well, I wouldn't call it installed. It was like somehow attached to my house, somehow up
Mhm.
ish on the side. And then there was a string my dad had attached to it because we're in the winter in New York, it's freezing cold. And so
mm-hmm.
we would pull the string when like the TV, you change the channel and it was all fuzzy. And so somebody would be like, go pull the satellite.
Oh my
So
God, you
we
had
would
like
be like,
the rabbit ears.
yeah, yes, exactly. And we'd be pulling the string until they would yell, yo, stop, 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 stop. Too far. Okay.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I worked in Alaska for a while. I was a cable TV technician.
Oh wow.
And when the Exxon Valdez crashed, all of the cable technicians down in Southeast Alaska left to go work for Exxon because it was like, and figure this was 87, 88, something like that. But they were offering $25 an hour, all the overtime you could possibly have. And they had like these trailers, truck trailers show up that kind of folded out, and they became things like Burger King and Taco Bell. And it was a mess. But anyway, they all left, so I had to go to Alaska for a while. And in the wintertime, we had to go out with the satellite dishes, which are the big cable TV satellite dishes. So they're the size of like a small city park. And in Alaska, they face almost straight up like a soup bowl. A lot of satellite dishes, you'll notice they're kind of at an angle and they're pointed towards a specific footprint is what it's called. But in Alaska, they look like soup bowls. They're straight up. So when we were in whiteouts and blizzards and all that kind of stuff, people would call in. Same thing you were going through, Burden. The picture was getting bad or whatever, and I would literally have to walk down to the cable
Oh
office,
wow.
climb up into these satellite dishes, and sweep out the snow.
Wow.
Yeah, when we switched over from the pulling it, and we actually went to another house, and it was outside, but on the other side of the porch, yes, we lose the connection, and we knew that one of us had to go out there in order to wipe off the satellite so that it could reconnect again.
Exactly. Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, but
Hey,
mine was
Nathan.
shorter. You had a long walk, so I mean, yours is pretty bad.
Well, actually, no, because they put me up in, it was called a logger's lodge, which kind of looked like a Motel 6. And it was just really absolute basic, like a cot sort of bed. And it has a little sort of kitchenette and a bathroom. And it was right by the cable shop. So I only had to walk like 2 blocks or something.
Did you stay there by yourself, or were there other?
I had my boys with me for a while. They were little guys, and I was with a boyfriend for a while up there.
Oh, good. So you were able to have family with you right there. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, the thing about the little towns in Alaska, like I was in Wrangell and Petersburg. Petersburg is on Mitkoff Island, and Wrangell is on Wrangell Island. But the populations are so small that literally everybody knows everybody else. Like we had a general store, literally, where you could get all your groceries and milk and everything. It had a Radio Shack in the back. Kind of like a kiosk, I guess is what we would call them now, like a Subway inside of a Walmart.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but so
I
it
remember
was nice.
Radio Shack.
Wow.
Ooh.
Hey, the heifer next door. Welcome. Hey, everybody. We're going to wrap up here. I just, wanted to talk and get our minds off of stuff and what at Fairbanks, Alaska, -60. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So cold, I bet, right? I
It,
always wanted
it,
to go there, but it seems like it hurts just freezing. It's really
well,
cold.
yeah, you don't go in the winter time.
Yeah.
You go in the summer and the fall, and it's nice. Of course, it's light all the time. It wasn't too bad where I was because we'd get like 2 hours of sunset, and then it'd be light again, or it would be like 2 hours of dawn, just
Wow.
Did
kind of,
you
and then
ever
it would be dark again.
did you ever happen to be there at all during the winter when it's all dark?
Oh yeah,
Is that weird? I can't
That'd be
it
so
imagine
is.
weird.
it.
It is
I would love
it.
that.
I loved it, but the thing that I had trouble with was when it was daylight all the time.
Yeah.
Like I
Oh,
said,
that must have been crazy. Yeah,
it
like
was
hard to
it was
sleep. Yeah.
it was light. It was light. It was light. It was kind of like sunset for a few hours, and then
Oh,
it was
wow.
light again.
Oh my God, that's weird.
Yeah. And some places farther north, it never gets dark. There's no sunset to it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I would find myself, watching TV or reading or doing something, and then I look up and it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my God, and it looks like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So that was really hard to get used to. But I could talk about Alaska forever.
Grandma
Okay, I
Sherry,
got
I'm gonna jump
Another
down
stream on
and
Alaska.
thank you
She's
again.
ending it.
And
thank you for joining,
yeah,
Natasha. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Grandma.
Yeah, I'm going to run the drawing.
Oh, fun.
Yay. So if you haven't yet, type in
I did this last time.
Layla Life My Way. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Okay, so if you haven't yet, type in the comment section !life, LIFE. Give you a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did everybody do it? Everybody? Okay, here we go. We're gonna draw. And here it comes. I won. No.
It was close. Oh, Eric J.
Eric
Oh.
J. Hey, congratulations.
Woo!
Woohoo. Congratulations, Eric. Email me because I need an email address to put into Amazon for your gift card. Give away $25 gift card. And so my email address is talk2, ALK, number 2, grandma, Cherry at gmail.com. So go ahead and do that. And then basically I'll just put that in and sorry, I got distracted. And I'll just put that in Amazon so you can get the code and all that stuff. Any closing thoughts?
Whatever you want to talk about, people come and listen. You're very endearing, and we like to hear what you have to say. At least
Always.
yeah, I really do. I love to hear what you say, and you're very clever. You come up with like some of the most quirky little sentence, and it's the cutest thing that I just don't have the creativity to do that. So
I know there's
Aw.
some really sassy chatters, right? I mean, I don't know how they do
Yeah.
it. They're like so good at like being
You know-
funny and stuff too.
You know who kills me in comments is Crimes in Fashion.
Oh yeah, she's a good one. She's
Oh
good.
my God. I die laughing. I almost peed myself the other day. I love her. But thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and may all of your wishes come
Oh, that's so cute. I like that.
So I'm with
Good.
you. And I think Queen is going live, so
Oh,
we'll probably
cool.
head on over there.
All right.
Bounce on over. And I'll see you
Hi,
ladies on that.
Burden. I'll see you guys on the street
Oh,
soon.
thank you
I'm
so
sure.
Yes.
much.
Thanks for having me up,
Bye.
Grandma Sherry.
Hmm. Have a good
Bye.
night. I'll see you later.